welcome to day 7. We are talking about the book of Judges today. This is the second book of the history, and we don't know when it was written, but it was written over a span of 325 years, so that's a lot of generations of Israelites. And possibly Samuel was the author. We'll get into the story of Samuel later on, and it's 21 chapters long. And then a couple fun facts. I already went over this one. And another fun fact is that it accounts the careers of 12 deliverers. And you'll kind of get what that means later. 12 judges, basically, were like the heroes in the story, because Israel entered kind of the dark ages in Judges. So they got stuck in a cycle right here of they would turn away from God, they would be defeated and be held captive by their enemy, whether it was the Moabites or the was it Philistines or the Canaanites. There's a lot of different nations that held them captive. They would cry out to God, and then one of the judges, one of the 12 heroes, would step up and deliver them, and they would have peace, and then eventually they'd go back to abandoning God. So that happened for over 300 years, which is pretty crazy. You think they would learn, right? And then going over a brief timeline here. So it starts out, the first mistake they made was an incomplete conquest of the promised land. They failed to conquer some of the nations, and God punished them for that, okay? And then disobedience in defeat, and then you have the 6 periods of the cycles of the 12 judges. Some of the notable ones were Gideon, Samson, and another one was, there was a female judge. There was Deborah, which was one of the female judges, which is pretty cool. And yeah, so we have the 6 periods. Then we have idolatry in the tribe of Dan, and then war against the Benjamin tribe at the end. My favorite story is the story of Samson. I think as like men in this generation, you can learn a lot from the character of Samson, and it's a really good story. And okay, lastly, the key verse. So may all your enemies perish, Lord, but may all who love you be like the sun when it rises in its strength. That's from the Song of Deborah. Deborah wrote that in Judges 5:31. So, all right, that's pretty much it for Judges. Hope you guys learned something, and see you guys tomorrow.